to drink shakes, eat cereal twice a day, or even add one sit-up to your routine.
We're going to drive through the construction zone. The construction zone.
Allows you to burn fat more quickly by boosting your metabolic heart rate, allowing you to lose weight in days instead of weeks. Lose 30 pounds. Call now for your risk-free trial. 1-800-400-5082. So what could losing 30 pounds mean to you? Could it be what gets you into a size 4? Could it be what gets you back to your high school weight? Whatever your goal, you can now lose up to 30 pounds. Call 1-800-400-5082 for your 30-day risk-free trial. That's 1-800-400-5082.
Glop Crash Caravan will be at the Long Beach and Farmington this Thursday, February 2. Stop by for your chance to win mummies and world exhibit tickets. Or we play classic.
Okay, this is Glop number 12. I gotta cut off short because I already filmed Glop 12. Except the shutter's down for about a minute. It's down for about a minute, okay? Alright, it's no big deal. Okay, this is a Glop 12. Glop 12 here. There's a saying that sometimes truth can be stranger than fiction. And during the gunk series, I talked about there's 50 gunks, the Homer Cocktail 4. I talked about some personal things in my life that have happened since '98, and I was supposed to graduate that semester and all. They're doing construction out here, and truth is stranger than fiction. And Lindsay Lohan was recently in jail, and she's crying and goes to wipe tears from her eyes. The screen is blank. Oh shit. Wow, this one's gonna be interesting because I didn't even notice. Anyway, I just opened the shutter. She goes to wipe her tears, and painted on her fingers is FU, which people made a big deal about. This is the land of free speech. I'm like, hey, I'm all for it. There was a book called Celestine Prophecy. I might have touched on it in Homer Cocktail 076. One of my pieces, pretty sure I did. One of the 10 insights was about these 4 categories of people. 2 of them having the propensity for being watched, and 2 categories being watchers. I'm going to try to put numbers to that and just knock it down to 2 categories instead of 4. Say that 3% of the population is entertaining, magnetic, fascinating, alluring, whatever it takes. They draw people to them. There's a tendency, I'd say like about 3%, and 97% I'd say have a tendency to watch more than they're being watched. And so there's probably a gray area, where it teeters or whatever. It's just a hypothesis. I did a speech in the 90s for communications. About the Sapir-Whorf hypothesis. The Sapir-Whorf hypothesis talks about language and perception. Language shapes perception, and perception shapes language. There's an idea that if you eliminate racist terms, people will cease to be racist. That's one of the ideas there. So maybe since the internet's been going on, part of this Glop and maybe some of the future vlogs is, hey, we're in a new world. Marshall McLuhan was a 60s media guru. He's a Canadian guy, and he did a lot of his hypothesis without case study, so much without proof. He's known for the medium is the message. That's one of his popular sayings or mottos or realizations or whatever. The medium is the message. He talked about hot and cold media. Television being cold, it's very passive, and you get stupider for watching it if you watch too much of it because of how passive it is. Radio and books demands only one of your senses, whereas television demands both your senses. Hence, radio and books developed the imagination, and they're hot media. When computers weren't new enough, he didn't judge computers. But what I want to do here in this vlog is mention incidental things. Lindsay Lohan happens to be crying, happens to be wiping her face, yet there's the painting on her thumb about F you or whatever. And yeah, these people they happen to be out here working. Okay, they happen to be out here working this shit and controlling traffic. Watch this, here's what I'm talking about. I have more than 500 songs loaded in a few different Homer Cocktail sites here at YouTube. So right here, there's gonna be a 2-lane highway. 2-lane highway right here. You can see them work all the way down the street over here. There's a high school being built around the corner. This way, about a quarter mile. My hypothesis, though, I play guitar, and I sing, and I, do music. I've written books, have a communications degree, like I said. And what I'm saying is that it's incidental that some of these people are fucking working. But I'm a musician. I know how to direct sounds. I know how to throw sounds. And I'll give you an example. Is that these people across the street at the chicken farm, man. And this is why I did a piece called Propensity. I talked about propensity a few times. Eventually I did a piece called Propensity. These people across the street over there at the chicken farm there, over here, they'd see me drive in sometimes, and then it's a correlation. I've been, we've had this land in my family over here. It's about 1.5 acres. This Phantom Studios. We've had this for since 1973. So I drive in, usually within a half hour. It doesn't happen anymore since I got my XM and everything. XM radio, I've had that for a couple years. But I drive in, within a couple of hours. Sometimes I get fucking loud hammering, and it seems random. It seems almost random. Okay? Sometimes if I don't leave and if I'm just here, you go all day without hearing the hammering. But there's something called a propensity. There's a high propensity, a correlation, something going on where when I come in within a half hour, it's like there's hammering, and it's almost like they're directing the sound right over here, And if I feel like taking a nap, they'll keep on fucking hammering away for 45 minutes or something, dude. And if I go ahead, I don't do it anymore, but if I go ahead and blare my fucking stereo towards them and put on some fucking, like mariachi music, but I play the oldies or whatever, then they stop fucking the hammering. And it's called you could call it coincidence. Some people might be so intuitive, let's guess it might be a cause and effect. But the same thing with some of these workers out here, where I'm just telling you, if you think you're in the top 3%, and I think I probably teeter, maybe top 10, top 5. I like to think I'm top 1. I'm just kidding. Anyway, but sometimes if you ever feel flushed out of your house, bro, I feel flushed out of my house or outside of this place sometimes. Now I have errands to do anyway. Man. But sometimes I wonder about these fucking people. Because you think this is the first time it's happened? You think this is the first year it's happened? No. It's happened many, many times, dude. But anyway, that's why it's called a hypothesis. You make a hypothesis, and then you start doing the data, and you track the stats, and, is it outside of what's normal, or is it abnormality? Well, what the hell's going on, right? So anyhow, this is probably the 12th Glop. I put on 3 transitions and 1 Glop, or 11 Glops yesterday. Might have a short piece at the end because it's 9 minutes. But yeah, that's this one.